Okay, so we're taking a little journey here. This area when I first moved here was actually pretty open. But I haven't been back through here until yesterday for, I don't know, the better part of a decade and a half or so. I really had no need to get back here. Once Eric had gone off to college, I didn't keep it open for walking or hunting. But yesterday I just felt like giving the X728 a workout. As you can see, there are some things that will affect you if you have your mower deck on, which I do. So deer don't like me coming back in here. This place hasn't been used for God knows how long, and they've kind of just taken it over, and they bed back in here and pretty much enjoy a carefree life without anybody coming in here, since the neighbors' kids are grown up. They don't ride their ATVs back here anymore. As you can see, I cleared some of it, but some of it was still too wet and I didn't want to get stuck clearing, so I just made a path. And it rained last night, so it's even a little wetter than it was yesterday. It didn't rain that hard here. Another little knock your mower deck off stump there. Since I was through here yesterday, I know that it's cleared enough for me to get through here without dropping the bucket down on the ground like I did yesterday and skidding it. Could have opened that area up right there, but I decided not to. I don't need to make any more paths in here than what I need. I only need one. I just did this for fun. Something to do. That big log down there was across the whole path, so I moved it out of the way yesterday. Things that got pushed. You gotta be careful because it's pretty wet back in here. As you can see, this is just really pretty flat, so it holds water. Any depression, it holds water for a long time. Like I said, we got ticks back in here now, so rather than traipsing through ticks, I decided to just use the tractor. It seems pretty tick-proof. Really wet area right here. In fact, it's wetter. Good bit. This is a good bit wetter than it was yesterday. And that may just be the end of where I go today. You can see that's all really soppy back in there. I got clear out to that branch that's going across like that, and I was going to lift that out of the way, and the front end of this thing just started to bury, and I said, you know what? I do not need to be stuck back here, so even here I'm trying to be a little bit careful. kind of my little trail ride. There's actually paths off, goes over there and then up to the other homes up there where the kids lived. They have the ATVs. They used to come back in here and put ramps and stuff and jump ramps with their ATVs. But if you just need to get out of the house for a little bit and see what's going on, this is kind of a nice little area back in here, and just pay some attention to what you're doing and you're okay. Wouldn't take much to make it mucky though, that's for sure. I used to hunt this when I first moved here, back in here. Never really got anything. I'd see a bunch of doe, but I never really saw a buck back in here. And there was turkey signs in here. Of course, if you've watched any of the videos on that I've posted, you'll note that it's got a lot of wild game in it. And the deer really lay back in here in this thick stuff over here off to the right. And normally when they come back in here with this, they move out of there. Kind of give me the cold shoulder for a few days. Woohoo! Just a wee bit of fun right there. And I could bring a chainsaw back in here and get rid of some of those stumps, but it ain't worth it to me. Most of the stuff I can just go around, and it takes a second or two, and that's it. So this area that I just drove through actually belongs to a timber company. One of their rules is that you can't take any timber off their property. So if it comes down back in the area that I maintain, which I'll show you as I go across the bridge, then I cut it up and I push it over here, bring it over here and dump it so that the wood's on their property and isn't cluttering up mine. So this would seem to be my property, but it's not. This is actually the timber company's property. Still not on my property. Now we're on my property. And so ends the adventures of the ride through the woods.